Hey there, Grant Melby here. Now, for those of you who are checking out my videos, obviously a lot of these videos are tied to money. Sometimes it's making more money, sometimes it's understanding the concept of the mentality of money, sometimes it's just changing the way that you think about money. There's a lot of different aspects that we cover, and I am a big advocate of changing your financial situation for the better. And there are so many ways to do that. In fact, there's a number of different products and whatnot that you can check out some of the other videos, ways to create some passive income, money while you're sleeping, and that's all great. I love it. I stand behind it. I have multiple sources myself. But this video, I want to talk about one of the single biggest mistakes that people make whenever they're starting a side hustle or they're maybe wanting to start a business for themselves. This is huge with business owners. Maybe you've written a book or a blog, or you've got a product that you want to promote, something like that. The single biggest mistake that I see people make is they've got the mindset of, if I build it, then they will come. What do I mean by that? I mean, people will say, well, I just created this great training course, or this great product, or I'm writing this fantastic blog, and the content is really spot on. It's accurate. Everybody will love it. The problem is, maybe everybody who reads it does love it, but nobody reads it. Nobody looks at the product. Nobody takes the time to figure out if it's a superior product or not. Just because you've created something doesn't mean that you're going to make money at it. If that were the case, a superior product would always win out in any situation. No, you have to be able to be prepared to put yourself and to put your product or your, whatever you've created or whatever the case may be, you have to put it out in front of people. If you build it, they will come does not work. One of my favorite examples is just about everyone is familiar with the product called the Snuggie. Basically a backwards robe. It's a blanket with armholes. Multi-billion-dollar product. Absolutely amazing. Yet very few people are familiar with the Cozy. The Cozy is a heated Snuggie. Exact same thing, except you can turn the heater on so it's even warmer. A superior product. So how come you've never heard of it? Because he didn't get in front of enough people. Do you understand where I'm coming from? You have to be able to put yourself out there, which is why I've gone through multiple business ventures, multiple small little things that sometimes produce a little bit of money, sometimes they produce a lot of money. And it rarely has to do with one product being superior to another. It has everything to do with getting it out in front of people. How are you going to market this? One of the things that I've used, Udemy, is a website. You can create some courses. I've created a couple of online courses on very basic things, and I see people who have done that and they get frustrated. They're like, oh, I created this great course. I didn't make any sales. Or they'll want to do an affiliate link for a product and they get upset when they don't get sales from that right away. Or they get a couple of sales. They only make a little bit of money up front, so they stop, they quit, they give up. You have to be willing to put yourself out there. So whenever you're going to start a new business or a new business venture, you cannot rely on, oh, people will see it, they'll like it, they'll want to buy it. That's just not how it works most of the time. You have to be able to get in front of people. So what are you going to do in order to make that happen? Are you going to be, utilizing social media? And obviously social media is huge. Your Facebook, your Twitter, your TikTok, your Instagram, Pinterest, all that stuff. You don't have to use all of them. I don't. It doesn't bring me a lot of joy, but I do have other people who do it for me. I partner with other individuals. I've got people who will bring me clients. For my coaching stuff, I have clients all over the world, and there are people out there who they just put me out there so the clients come to me, because I may be the world's greatest coach. If I were, it wouldn't matter if nobody knew about me. Someone who was a subpar coach but knew how to get in front of people would succeed. So don't ever think that by creating a great product or writing a great article or a great book or having a fantastic service or anything like that, that's going to be enough. It's how are you going to get in front of people? What are you willing to do to tell people, hey, check this out, and not tell them once. You got to tell them again and again and again and again. The analogy I like to use for this is anyone who's ever been in the bathroom and went, oh, I'm out of toilet paper. I need to make sure I get that before I come in here again. And they come into the bathroom and they realize, I forgot toilet paper. That's a product they very much want. They very much need. They have every intention of getting, but they forgot. It slipped their mind. There's so many things vying for our attention that you have to be able to get in front of people multiple times. P.T. Barnum, who was renowned as one of the world's greatest showmen, he was one of the founders of Barnum and Bailey Circus, said that you have to get in front of people 7 times before they are even aware of what you're doing. This is the first 3 or 4 times, it's just they don't even recognize you. The 5th time they go, oh, that sounds interesting. The 6th time they go, well, maybe I should look into this. The 7th time they say, oh, maybe now I really will at least look into it. So what are you going to do? How are you going to put yourself out there again and again and again and again and again and again and again consistently? There have been so many of the small business ventures that I've started that made a couple of bucks here, a couple of bucks there. Maybe it made me a few dollars a day, but I didn't stop. I quit. And most people be like, well, it's not worth it for, $2 a day, 365 days a year. That's, $700, $730. But the next year it might double, and then it might double again because you're getting in front of more people. You have to be willing to be very, very consistent and be willing to put yourself out there. I know people they've created a product or a service again, or they're writing a blog and they'll post it on Facebook one time, and then they're like, I don't want to bother people. I don't want people to think I'm all about this. And guess what? Nothing ever comes of it. They got to put it out there again and again and again. Even good intentioned people don't necessarily jump on that right out of the gate. There have been plenty of things that you've had every intention of doing. They just slipped your mind. You wanted to do them. You have every desire to do them, but life got in the way. And that especially with business owners. And guess what? If you're wanting to start a side hustle of some kind, that's a mini business. Anyone who wants to start their own business, who wants to be an entrepreneur, who wants to be working for themselves, has to understand that you have to find a way to get in front of people, because simply having a good product or a good service or good things to say is not enough. I hope you understand that. Now, which is why I have so many small little things, because I might have a handful of people that were interested in this product or what have you. And guess what? It didn't make me a ton of money out of the gate, but it makes me a little bit of money consistently. And then I had a handful of people that were interested in this one, then a handful of people that were interested in that one over there. And all of a sudden, as you can collect information and as you start to understand people better, the people who are interested in this one, you can kind of segue them over here, and then segue these ones over here. And then the lines start crossing, and then they start going, finding the stuff themselves that's all you. So you've created this network, this web, but it takes some time to do that. So be prepared for that in any business venture. Now, the faster you can get out in front of people, the more consistently you can get out in front of people. There are softwares who will automate it for you, so you're just boom, boom, boom in front of them all the time. Is it possible that you're going to have some people who are like, I don't want to see this anymore, so they just stop looking? Yeah, but those people were most likely never going to engage anyway. And while there might be a few people who do that, you'll have infinitely more who actually want to check it out, and they go, I need to do this. So I've rambled here a little bit, but this is a conversation I have so often with so many of my business-related clients, that just because you have something to sell, or you've got a great idea, or you've created something, does not mean it's going to sell if nobody knows about it. The best product in the world that nobody knows about might as well not exist. So find a way to continually get in front of people. Again, minimum 7 times just to get people to start getting engaged. So I hope you take that away. And if you have created some things, you've looked at some ideas, you've started your own business, whether it's through some of the things I suggested, or there's a million ways to make money out there, that don't get discouraged if you struggle with that, because there's a building time, a building process in there. That's why there's no get rich quick scheme. You have to be willing to commit to it. But the more that you do and the more you can focus on these things, the more success you're going to have. It's going to compound and grow. So just wanted to throw that out there. That was my quick little thing for today. If you're interested in either some of the products, software, services, things like that I recommend to either make running a business a little bit smoother, it might be through marketing, it might be through productivity, it might be just creating new business ventures altogether. Make sure you check out some of the other videos that I've posted in terms of the products and what have you. And click the subscribe button, click the little bell so you get notifications. Because as those come out, I'm looking at a couple right now that if I find that they actually work and provide value, I'll throw some stuff out for those. But check that out. Or if you're just interested in some of the different concepts of the mindset of money, the mechanics of money, how to make some of these shifts, then subscribe for that too. So I hope you took something away from this, and I hope that you're in the process of changing your financial situation for the better, and I look forward to seeing you guys next time.